Yo, what's up, everybody? How everything going? I like all the feedback that I got on the last little impromptu car episode, so I'm gonna give y'all another one, man. I'm gonna try to keep these as often as possible, and then, like we said, hit you with the big episodes, the podcast episodes on weekends with me and Unc. Today I want to discuss something I saw that was real cool, man. They did a send-off for Terrence Crawford in his hometown of Omaha, Nebraska. And the energy, this is not the first time they did it, I believe. I feel like I've seen them do this for him back in the day. Maybe not even back in the day, but for the as recent as the Sean Porter fight, I believe they did a send-off for him too. But this one means a little bit more. I like the energy. It made me feel like when I used to look at the Legendary Nights documentaries where fights like it meant something. A fight just wasn't a fight. It wasn't just to get a payday or to entertain people. The fight meant something. This fight means something. And I like the way that they put that together for him. It felt real home, like home team. It felt like he had something to fight for. It felt like this fight in particular is not just for him, it's for everybody who believes him. But every fight is like that, but this one just meant a little bit more. It felt real next level, you know what I mean? So I want to shout out his hometown, whatever the committee was or the board that put that together, and that's a good look. Our fighters need that. I think the fighters deserve that type of love and send off. I believe his kids were involved in the send off. I believe his daughter was one of the dancers in the dance team and things of that nature. So that was lit, man. If y'all saw it, go check it out. A lot of the other the boxing pages, Fight Hype, is where I saw the coverage. Check it out, it's on there. It was like a nice little situation they put together for him. Not in terms of, I want to move over quickly because we running through these. This is just quick speaking points, like breaking news, what's hot on the how they say hot on the press for the day. Claressa Shields, man. Again, a dominant fight. I wish Claressa would, Claressa, I don't want to mispronounce the name because my name is crazy. And way worse than hers. Let me take that back. Not worse than hers. My name is very complicated, so I know people mispronounce names and things of that nature. So, Claressa, the top pound for pound female boxer right now. I just wish that she would work more to the body. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like it's clear at this point that she doesn't have that one punch knockout power at this weight class at least. So I think that if she works more to the body, because she's gifted, she does this pole counter hook that's like, it's dudes out here that can't do that. Professional boxing dudes that can't do that. It's amazing to see her do it. But I feel like if she just worked a little bit more to the body, where she'll slow her opponents down a lot more, I feel like she'll get the knockouts. She'll get the knockouts from just consistency and aggression, but she got to work to the body. Also, I think that 2-minute round thing is really hurting her, because if you add an extra minute onto each one of those rounds, she gets these girls out of there. At some point, she just breaks them and gets them out of there with implementing the body work. I feel like women at some point, they got to start speaking up if they really want it and get that 3-minute round thing implemented, because it takes away from how much they can do. I know they're trying to balance it in terms of women being hurt, because a lot of male boxers get hurt with these 3-minute rounds and things of that nature. But I feel like with these 3-minute rounds, we could get a lot more complex women bouts, because as soon as a round starts, I feel like it finishes. Every round, it felt like Claressa, as soon as she started putting in that work, it'd have 15 seconds left in a round or something like that. And I feel like with 3-minute rounds, she'll be able to really display her greatness and get these stops that people try to clown her for not getting and things of that nature. But you can't clown her for that. I feel like, especially being that was in front of her hometown fans, that you saw her with the looping overhands and things of that nature. She wants the knockout. She's proven that she's a skilled, gifted boxer time and time again. I felt like she was rushing for that knockout, that fight, because of the pressure. She's headlining in home, so there's a lot of things that go into that. But she definitely needs to work to the body a little bit more. I heard her coach John David was definitely asking her for it, but you can't blame her, man. She just wanted to end the night in a spectacular form. The fight before that was a robbery. The guy who fought, what's his name, Wendy Toussaint from Long Island. I think he was repping What was he repping? What part of Long Island was he repping? Not Hopesville. I can't remember what part of Huntington. Huntington he was repping. He definitely got that W, man. He would have got the W. Corruption, man. Anyway, moving forward. So yeah, Claressa, just give him a little bit more levels, because the way you fought Savannah Marshall, that's like top line Claressa Shields. She gave us everything in that fight and wasn't rushing for the knockout. She worked every different angle that she had to work. Slip counters, everything. She showed us everything. I feel like last night, the pressure of being in front of her hometown and all that, she kind of was rushing the knockout. But another W for you, the Queen reigns, you know what I'm saying? What's one more thing I wanted to touch on? Something that I saw in the news. T.O., man. You know we got T.O. and Josh Taylor this weekend. Teofimo is saying that he wants to kill Josh Taylor in the ring. How do I feel about it, man? I'm borderline, because boxing is a gladiator sport. It's one man versus one man in there. So the bravado and the masculinity, the aggression, you gotta expect it. At the same time, you would like for fighters to have some sort of sportsmanship and maintain some sort of sense of sportsmanship. But then I can't knock somebody for being that aggressive, because at the end of the day, you gotta be that aggressive. It's just you in there. All you got is you in there. I mean, some people gonna knock him. I feel like Teofimo is a guy that he's battling himself. I feel like he has some, sorry for the noise, I feel like he has some questions. He has some slight delusions even. He speaks highly of himself because he wants to lift himself to that level. He did it with Loma. You understand what I'm saying? What happens is when you speak so highly of yourself, people are just waiting for you to stumble. And it happened with the Sandor Martin fight. It happened with Kambosos. So it's to the point where now when he speaks highly of himself, people look at him like he's delusional, forgetting what he already proved with Lomachenko. Even though people say, oh, Loma could have pulled that fight off if he started a little bit earlier, but he didn't. Teofimo beat Lomachenko when Loma was that guy. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't want to knock him too much. He comes off a bit corny and delusional at times, but none of us are perfect. I think he's a real athletic, gifted fighter. But he's in between a rock and a hard place where people seem not to like his father that much, seem not to like the way he speaks of himself. But then again, that's a gladiator sport, bro. If you don't believe in yourself like nobody else in the world, who's gonna believe in you? And you believing in yourself is all that matters. Everybody outside of the ring could believe in you, but if you don't believe, it's a lost cause in there. So maybe sometimes he speaks so highly of himself to convince himself, or that's just what he believes. He believes he's that good. And because he had those two slip-ups with Sandor Martin and Kambosos, but Kambosos and Martin, people seem to attack him, look at him with the side eye when he says certain things. Killing Josh Taylor, I think that's going to come back to bite him in the butt. Even though Josh Taylor is a little bit older, I think Josh Taylor is a dog, man. Anybody who get in there with Regis and go tooth and nail with Regis, they got something inside of them, and you don't just lose that type of pedigree. You understand what I'm saying? People are questioning the Jack Catterall fight and all that, but people have bad days. Same way I think Teofimo had bad days. I just think at 140, Josh Taylor is a force to be reckoned with for somebody just coming up to 140 and somebody who struggled at 140 since they've been up there in terms of Teo with the Sandor Martin fight. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about, but yeah, we got Teo and Josh this weekend. CLARESSA did her thing on Saturday. Terrence Crawford got the Prince Hakeem send-off from his community, which was beautiful to see, man. I'm leaning towards Errol Spence in that fight because I'm a Spence fan. I'm a Bud Crawford fan as well, but being real with you guys and being real with myself, I like Spence. I like Spence's story. I like Spence's his aggression. I like Spence's demeanor even, you know. So, but I can't just sit here and say that TC Bud is not a beast. But it really made me happy to see that send off. So let's get this promo rolling for for Spence Crawford, man. Come on, Showtime. I'm gonna keep calling fiddle till I see something. I know somebody commented last video and said we got 8 weeks. True, we got a little bit of time before the fight, but I want to see stuff like that continuously start popping up on our timelines, and let's give this fight the accolades and the hype that I feel like it deserves. But that's just another quick car episode for y'all guys, touching base on the stuff that's really in the news right now in the boxing world. And I'm gonna keep these going, but look out for the big podcast with me on SparCenter.